I always start my makeup with our face canvas for a perfect, flawless finish. Our Picture Perfect foundation in the shade P2 is the perfect highlighter, concealer, and eyeshadow base. Here I'm using a concealer brush to pat it on and smooth over the eyelid. When using P2 as an eyeshadow base, you always want to set it with a powder. Here I'm using our loose powder in the shade Cream Puffed. It makes the perfect highlighter. For just the right amount of holiday glimmer, I'm using a shade here called Megan. It's a beautiful shimmery gold eyeshadow. My go-to neutral crease color is always macchiato. It warms up the eye and gives you the perfect amount of depth right in your crease. I'm using a crease brush to blend up and onto the brow bone. Chocolate Cake is a beautiful rich color that looks awesome in the outer corners of the eyes. I'm just tapping it on with the tip of my crease brush, brushing the brush off, and then going in and blending it out. To really bring your eyes to life, nothing compares to our shimmer pigments. Here I'm using Carrot, an amazing gold shade, to really light up my eyes. Using our smudge brush, I'm softly sweeping macchiato eyeshadow back and forth under the eye. Creating a little bit of depth really makes the eyes pop. To make my eyes stand out even more, I'm using Chocolate Cake in the outer corners underneath the eyes, also with the smudge brush. To make sure my under eye area stays really bright, I use a makeup wipe to clean up any shadow that may have fallen. See this little guy? Yeah, he's going bye-bye. Our Picture Perfect foundation in the shade Y6 will take care of him. Using a flat foundation brush and very little product, I'm using the back of my hand to warm up the product and I'm patting it on. Also using the same foundation brush, I'll go in and blend out the product. Remember with this product, a very tiny bit goes a long way. A full container should last you about 6 to 9 months if used every single day. Back to the perfect highlighter. No other foundation beats our Picture Perfect foundation in the shade P2. It is amazing for highlighting. Patting it under the eyes, sweeping it down the center of the nose. I'm also going to use it on my upper lip and chin. Now everybody should highlight their face differently depending on your own facial features. Don't necessarily follow along exactly what I'm doing. Find out what you want to bring out the most and do that. Using a clean foundation brush, I'm gently patting the skin to blend out any harsh edges. When you see me tap down below, I'm wiping off the brush, always going back to the face with a clean brush. I keep doing this patting motion until all of the lines kind of blend together and look very soft. I'm going back to our Picture Perfect foundation, this time in the shade Y12 for my contour. Using a concealer brush, I'm using my contour underneath my cheekbones, under the tip of my nose, down the sides of my nose to slim it. I'll also use it around my hairline, my temples, underneath my bottom lip to make it appear a little bit fuller, and down my chin and my throat to give me more of a chiseled jawline. Going back to my clean foundation brush, I'm using it back and forth and also in a patting motion, constantly going back to the paper towel and cleaning it off. Since the highlighting and contouring is probably the most time-consuming part of the makeup application, I did speed it up a little bit for you guys. But as you can see, it's very meticulous and you do want to make sure that everything is blended very well. I always use the foundation brush in a back and forth motion around the hairline. Using a clean foundation brush, I'm lightly patting on our Cream Puff loose powder in the highlighted areas. So where I use the highlighted foundation, I always want to set it with a highlighting powder. To set the rest of my foundation, I'm using our Picture Perfect loose powder in the shade Honey Pot. With a big powder brush, I softly blot it into the skin and dust off any excess. Going back to our shimmer pigment in the shade Carrot, I'm popping it in the inner corners of the eyes to make them open up just a little bit more. And now for my favorite part of the makeup application, brows. They are so important. My shade is Morning Fog. Using an angled brush, I draw a little line at the base of the brow and brush upwards. I get a little more product, draw on the top of the brow up to the arch, and get a little more product and go from the arch down to the tip of the brow. Then using what's left over on the brush, I'll go in and fill in anything else that needs to be filled in. Using CoverGirl mascara, I'm applying a few coats of mascara to my upper and lower lashes. For a soft, natural blush, I'm using Angel Kiss, high on my cheekbones. After filming this part of the video, I did decide to add lashes. I'm wearing 747S at the end of the video. Our Fairy Tale blush makes a beautiful highlighter. It gives you just that right amount of dewy look, high in your cheekbones. I'm lightly dusting it on here with our super soft fluff brush. When wearing darker lip colors, I do like to overline my lips a bit. Here I'm using Cabaret Lip Liner, and I am going to go in and fill in the entire lip with the liner as well. It'll help to prevent any bleeding or fading of the lip color. For a two-toned effect, I'm starting with our Crimson Matte Lipstick and applying it just to the center of the mouth. I'll go back in with a darker shade called Blackberry towards the outer of the mouth to create more depth. When applying a darker lipstick shade, especially towards the outside of the mouth, I always use a lip brush for a more precise application, starting from the inside, going out, and using it to almost outline the lips.
Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed this dark lip and gold eye holiday tutorial. It's perfect for holiday parties, Christmas parties, and New Year's Eve. If you like this tutorial and want to see more just like it, please comment below and let me know the type of looks you'd love to see. Please also follow us on all of our social media at Instagram @ThePerfectFace, Facebook TPF Cosmetics, Snapchat The Perfect Face, and Pinterest TPF Cosmetics. Thanks for watching and have a blessed day!